Welcome back everyone, and to complete the deck list that we're gonna do for Treasure Cup, this will be the last one. For Red Green Luffy, I think it's a very underrated leader too. It's not as powerful as Law for sure. It's not as powerful as the red decks, since they have more life and they can just do a more cohesive game plan. But it's not a bad deck by all means. So I've gotten first with this list before. It's in the PPG channel for the list that I was playing at the time. Recently I've been playing it a little bit too. I like him a lot in some regards. There's two different ways to play him for sure. The first one is this more like aggro version of the deck, which is basically playing a mono red deck with a couple of green cards that you get access to that are very powerful. But the main thing here is that all these cards, like the Luffy, the Zoro, this guy, the Robin, especially the Robin, gets basically a dual attack for one turn. So what that means is that at some point you're gonna be able, if you're playing against Law, Robin is gonna be able. It's not once per turn. So if you add one done and use the leader's ability, you get to basically clear their board, clear their blockers, and do damage with this card. It's very, very powerful and underrated. So the way you want to play this aggro version of the deck is super aggressive. You want to attack every turn if possible. You want to play your Luffy, attack, and play everything that you see here. You want to attack every turn if possible. Use your jet pistols to get rid of like problematic cards that are gonna be really hard to remove. But then at the end of the game, basically all the rushers that you have, all these rushers that you have, you want to use them as dual attackers at the end of the game, instead of using like you play one card, because that's one thing that the red decks don't get to do. The regular red decks, they get to do, like if they have a Zoro, it's gonna attack only once. So if you have a Luffy and a Nami, you get to attach, like in the same turn, you get to attach two energy, one for Nami and one that it should be untapped, attacking for 8. Use the leader, restand it, and it's unblockable at this point, of course, and get to attack again for 9. And that closes games better than you might think. And being able to defend your cards also with Paradise Waterfall, it's very nice in this deck. You get to have some blockers that draw cards and have combo power. Bonnie is another card that just gives you more gas as the game goes on. It offers to be a blocker, and it also offers to be a card that just keeps giving you more cards as the game progresses, which is really nice on this type of decks. Shanks is a one-off. If you're using all your cards to attack, it's basically like a red deck where they're attacking your board consistently and they're not attacking your life. So it doesn't matter if you're a 4-life leader or a 5-life leader. It doesn't really matter, because they're just trying to kill your board every turn, so you don't have anything to use the leader with. So at some point you're going to be able to drop a Shanks, still be a 4-life or a 3-life, and be well protected to just attack with this guy and take the game over with this guy. You can even pump it up a little bit to another one, but that's up to your discretion. I just like it as a one-off. I don't want to see too many on this deck, at least. Since you're a 4-life, you don't really have the time to play 2 ever, so you don't want to see 2 of this one at all. But yeah, so the main thing is that you get to have these powerful green cards, and also be able to attack every turn. Another consideration to play for this list specifically is to play the Law, since the Law also gains dual attack with the leader, the blocker, I mean, the 5-mana blocker. And it also it synergizes well with Zoro, since you can attack, bounce something else back, bounce even the Zoro back, play again the Zoro and attack again, and then eventually it serves as a blocker and it serves as an attacker. So there's considerations to playing those kind of cards. This one is trying to be more aggressive, but if you want to play the Zoro, it's absolutely a very good card that you can play here with this strategy where you're trying to be more aggressive than anything else. You're still playing Radical Beam at 3, because if they attack your leader, you're only 2 life away from being at 2 life. And they usually, when they see a 4-life leader, they want to attack your leader, like they want to kill your leader faster, right? So that's another reason why like take advantage of the fact that people just want to kill your leader and just have Radical Beam for free. And that's basically the deck list here. This is the first one, and this is a very viable way to play this leader. He's not a bad leader at all. But let me show you another one where it's a bit different to what the game plan ultimately is. Okay, and now as to the second version of this deck, I have a more 8-drop focus list here. I love this card. This card is very good, and all of these cards protector under your 8-drop and being able to have dual attack is what makes this leader how it is. This is the one that I prefer to play, and the reason is because your 8-drop is just insane, right? That's the whole thing, and you're still playing Robin to do your dual attacks and being able to clear the board like early, have an early advantage. You're still playing 2 Luffy and 2 Basils, because these cards under the leader are very good. Like, these are finishers under the leader. It doesn't matter if the opponent has blockers. At some point, you're going to be able to attack. If they block something, you get to untap him, attack something in the board, attack again. You get to attack 3 times with these guys at some point. So it's really useful to use that ability on the leader on him. And one of the reasons to play like this leader, Luffy again is just a beast with this leader. I'm playing the loss on here because again, the blockers with the 8-drop are the most important thing that you need in order to be able to protect the 8-drop. And I'm playing this Luffy too because he works well with the leader, since it allows you to make a play and still be able to be 5, and with the leader you get to attack for 2 for like it's like having a Zoro that has combo power. It doesn't have rush, of course, but it's the same thing. It's just you're trying to get early into the game and just trying to give something dual strike, and this is a way to do it and also develop your board at the same time. So I like it for that reason. And again, having combo power allows you to just protect your 8-drop easier at that point. I'm playing 2 Namis because it works well with everything here. It works well with the Luffy, with the Captain Kid, because you can drop it and immediately give it an energy. So on 10 energy, you get to have the Nami, have this guy, maybe play a blocker or play the same Nami, use the ability and keep up a Radical Beam or a Red Hawk on the same turn. So that's why I like to play him. Again, the same reasoning. If they see a 4-life leader, they're going to attack it. And since you're not being so aggressive, they're going to attack your leader more. So this is going to be even more life. You can even pump it up to 4 if you like to. Only 2 pistols, because here you don't have space for that much. So here you have to know when to use these ones. That's the most important thing about this one here. But besides that, it's basically trying to do the same thing. Where you're trying to just play cards, trying to use the cards for defense, and eventually you're gonna play the 8-drop, and everything else here is gonna be protected under him. And once you have the 8-drop, you're basically a kit leader, right? You have a Trafalgar Law that is excess. You get to attach a bunch of energy, attack with it, untap it, give it a 1k, and attack again. It's basically the same effect as a law leader, right? Because you get the same value in terms of if you attack X amount of energy and untap it and get a 1k more, you get the same amount of value. And since you can attach it to these cards that have 6k combo power, you get exactly the same effect, but you don't have to discard a card from your hand. So that's why I like this list on that sense, right? You still get that effect, and you also get to play like red cards, and you get to play other cards that are super good for other matchups, right? Again, especially with Nico Robin, something that is super underrated. Like this combination on this leader wins so many games because again, with Otama you can kill something super easily, and there's consideration to play the law that I was playing in the last list. But it's hard to fit all these cards in. He's also a supernova, so it works with the leader. It works what you're trying to do. But again, it's not like absolutely needed. Another thing that I didn't talk about is that this Nami, or like the Namis, could also be a win condition with this leader. That's another nice thing about this one, because eventually at some point, if you're in the need to, you get to attach all your energy into her, and again, have her being a dual attacker too. So in a pinch, you do have a lot of ways to close the game out of nowhere. So that's something that the opponent always have to play around when they're playing against you. And that's why I like this kind of like decks and the things that I'm trying to do with these decks. But that would be the deck profiles for today. Again, it's not a deck that is going to be so popular. I don't think that many people are going to see it, but at least I wanted to bring it out because I do think it's a good leader. And if you're not prepared or you want to play it and you want to see, like, you want to try one of the lists that I'm trying to showcase here, it definitely is an option. It's not a bad deck by any means. As long as you're playing green or red, you're going to be, I mean, at least green, you're going to be able to play this card. And this card is just too good, like, in any matchup. Like, as soon as you see this one, the games change it, like, completely. So it's fine to play a deck like this one here. So that would be the last deck profile that we have of Treasure Cups. Let us know if you want to see any content in specific, any lists, any something that you want to see for this. And thank you for watching.